So welcome back to the Addo Bolden Stadium, where we're getting ready for semi-final number 2 from the Tier 1 section of the tournament. It's Jamaica against Puerto Rico. Jamaica won Group B, and Puerto Rico finished second to the Dominican Republic in Group A. Again, our coverage is with the kind compliments of the TTFA. We want to say thanks to the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, host for the 2025 CFU Club Shield and Challenge Series. The internet is powered by Flow. The CFU is partnering with FIFA for an expanded Challenge Series program. The Challenge Series is designed as a developmental tournament for players, referees, and coordinators. This year's edition involved capacity building workshops, female athlete health education, and a research survey.
It's not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it. Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour.
I'd leave the voix.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Looking to put your brand front and center on the biggest screen in the house? That's where Flow comes in. With dozens of networks and thousands of shows, we can precisely pinpoint your customers based on interest and lifestyle all day, every day. From entertainment, sports, news, and foodies, we have them hooked. Contact one of our sales teams today. Flow, giving you a smarter and affordable way to advertise locally and regionally.
So again, we want to thank our sponsors for making it possible. Remember, we're getting ready for semi-final number 2 between Jamaica and Puerto Rico, and of course the Dominican Republic. Remember, top Group A. That's the beat Puerto Rico in their head-to-head clash, and that's the only defeat for Puerto Rico, the defending champions. So I'm sure they would want to end on a high. Jamaica, meanwhile, were also unbeaten in Tier 1 Group B. And Bermuda, who lost a short while ago to the Dominican Republic, finished on 4 points to Jamaica's perfect 9 points. So one unbeaten team in Jamaica and one team with one loss. Michaelia Banton is in goal for the Jamaicans. Tiana Grant is number 8. Brooklyn Grant, number 3. Tawana Clark, number 7. Alicia Dunn, number 10. Chanel Walters, number 11. Talisha Anderson, 12. Jeroni Dixon, number 14, Nicolette Pendergrass, number 15, Kai Phillips, number 17, and Naja Rattray, number 19. For Puerto Rico, Valeria Lazu del Moral in goal, number 1, Caroline Rivera Macheo, number 11, the captain, Alisa Badia, number 2, Isabella Dorsey, number 4, Mia Peguero, number 5, Carolina O'Brien, number 7, Yamilet Diaz, number 10, Mia Galliot, number 16, Kayleen Suarez, number 17, Paula Leon Stora, number 18, and Liz Marie Espinoza, number 19. So those are your starting lineups for this encounter. Remember, the winner here gets to play the Dominican Republic in Sunday's final. And I could also say congrats to Dominica. They beat Suriname 2-1 up at the Larry Gomes Stadium. And French Guyana edged Guyana on penalties after a scoreless tie. They were 7-6 winners there. So now let's get ready for the national anthems. and welcome the teams, Jamaica and Puerto Rico.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Jamaica, to be followed by the national anthem of Puerto Rico.
Those are the national anthems of the respective teams as they exchange pleasantries and get ready to do battle in semi-final number 2. The winner has the Dominican Republic in Sunday's final, and so they have it all to play for in this encounter. Remember, the Jamaicans unbeaten in the tournament so far, just like the Dominican Republic. They are unbeaten and are into the finals. Can the Jamaicans, who are also unbeaten, join them there on Sunday? Or will Puerto Rico, the defending champions, make it back to the finals and shake off the disappointment of that loss to the Dominican Republic in their head-to-head in Group A? So, lot to look forward to here. The officials for today's game, of course, Raisa Azoria is the referee. Janiqua Matthews is the first assistant. Carla Burrows is assistant 2. Natalia Williams is the fourth official. Rudy Richardson is the match commissioner. Sharon O'Brien is the delegate. And Clemroy Francois is the match referee as assessor. So the two captains, Tyra Grant, and of course opposite number, Michio Rivera.
Number 17, Kaylin Suarez. Number 18, Paula Sora.
So there is a wonderful picture for them.
Head coach, Lexi Milan.
So it's be interesting to see how they line them up. As they get ready to do this battle, but this is expected to be a real slugfest, although we anticipate that the Puerto Ricans will try to move the ball around. But I don't know if the Jamaicans will allow them that luxury. So you can just see the two teams just anxious. Puerto Rico are going to get us started.
Our match commissioner, Ms. Roni Richardson, and our referee assessor, Clemroy Francois.
So here we go as we get things started here. Can Puerto Rico really put the brakes on and make life difficult for the Jamaicans? Or will Jamaica basically run them down? And here we see the first error, a bad slip by Dorsey, and it's turned over. Jamaica trying to get in there quickly, and but the ball just sticking up under the foot there of one, and they're off to the races. Can she get the cross in? And that's going to be a free kick. Here it goes quickly, and again not able to handle it very well, but coming across and cleaning up there is Anderson for Jamaica. So no goals yet. We just started. This is semi-final number 2. If you're just joining us wherever you may be, catching our images on Flow or wherever else, here's another chance. But again, Puerto Rico trying to maybe settle first and get that early goal. That ought to settle nerves just a little bit. Again, just Jamaica just a little bit ragged at the back. And of course the welcome back goalkeeper Michaela Banton. She unfortunately got a red card in one of the earlier games for handling the ball twice outside of the area. And but you could just see it happening. You didn't believe she was going to pick it up the second time, but she did. And the referee had no choice. But she's back, and I think the Jamaicans are happy for that. A chance here now for them to try and get something going towards goal Puerto Rico, but it's behind. And again, I'm not quite sure what kind of footwear they're wearing, because we didn't see this in the earlier game, and here all of a sudden we've seen like 3 players slip for no good reason, all 3 from Puerto Rico. And but we'll wait to see if that is something throughout the game. Puerto Rico moving the ball quickly and confidently. This is where they have to be careful. They can make no errors back there and give the Jamaicans a look in. And so far, so good. But this is where Jamaica wants to win it and attack quickly. And this is where they have to be quick, and they can't dwell on the ball for any length of time, as Puerto Rico really now having an opportunity to win. But those passes, some of them could be very, very careless, and when in truth and in fact they have to be precise and as short and as crisp as possible. Here's a cross ball easily intercepted at the back by Suarez, Kaylin Suarez. Puerto Rico now trying to organize themselves. Diaz and company hoping to get it going. Lovely ball played forward there for Mature, the captain. She picks it up now from Pendergrass. Pendergrass just jockeying, doing the smart thing. And that was a ball played in, but Grant is going to pick that up easily. And they give it away. And here's a shot blocked. Goalkeeper, though, is going to come. She's shocked now. She didn't want to play it with a hand. When that is an opportunity, she could have picked it up with the hand. And Puerto Rico showing good poise right now. But the Jamaicans, and this is what they have to be so careful about. It's just those little mistakes that could be the world of difference if they're not decisive with their passes. And good football again, just spreading it wide. And that's a good read once more. Phillips out there. Again, the ball given away, and it's played in behind. The goalkeeper is coming for it. And this time, Banton does well, anticipates well. And just a little nudge in the back, but look at how quickly they're moving the ball, Puerto Rico. And but they cannot give it away in the middle of the park. The Jamaicans are very quick to close down space. Grant again in the middle of all of that to force the turnover. Pendergrass getting ready to launch one forward. Grant turning, but that's a ball played towards goal and off target, and the goalkeeper more than had that covered. Now it will be interesting to see how they play this, because Jamaica, they have players shadowing and again dwelling on the ball, almost getting caught, and Suarez must be breathing a huge sigh of relief here. Now the thing is, because they've been practicing this, they're going to stick with it. They're going to persist with it, or they're going to change it up. Well, they decide that is too close for comfort, so they're going to just mix it up a little bit and see if they could get the ball into their attackers maybe a little bit earlier. And again, bit of miscommunication there. Storer was screaming going down that right-hand side. But the pass just behind. There's an early ball out. Pendergrass does well and plays it there, Anderson. But it's one back now. Here comes the Puerto Ricans, but picked up quite easily. So Puerto Rico 0, Jamaica 0. Early ball back, and they're showing great patience here. Jamaica, they just have to be smart. And a nice little ball played out there. Macheo, the captain, gets it back. She tries to return the favor, and it's running loose, and but it's played all the way back to the goalkeeper. If she looks up, she'll see that she has control, and again, they have to be so careful with this, and they don't want to dwell on the ball and give the opportunities away. And Jamaica doing well to keep the pressure on. And now is the time to release it. She came short for it, They didn't need to hit that big ball on top. She came short for it, but now they give it up right back Jamaica, and it's going to be a play on. Now, interception, and Jamaica trying their best to get the handle on it, but Puerto Rico doing well, just moving the ball quickly. And when they try to run with it is when they run into problems. And the Jamaicans are doing the smart thing. They're just waiting for them to try and run and then just nipping it from them. But that's a good ball with the outside of the right boot. And good work again from Mache, the captain. She cuts inside, now gets the cross in. And it might fall there, but again, opportunity to get the shot. It tugs it wide. I don't think anybody got a touch, so that will be a goal kick. But again, good promising move here. A first time effort there on the turn from O'Brien. As you see there, she just tugged it wide. Carolina O'Brien. Again, ball picked up at the back quickly by Dorsey. Puerto Rico, and showing good patience, but this is where Jamaica could be so deadly. A chance here. Can she get the ball away? And just as she was trying to get the handle on it, the sombrero almost worked. But in the end, she couldn't track it down. And Puerto Rico now looking a little bit disheveled, especially at the back. But Jamaica coming away now and starting to find the range with those passes. That's a great ball into space, and eventually taken over the line. So it's going to be a throw into Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico 0. Here's Diaz. Plays a nice little ball in, but too far ahead of O'Brien. And again, good patience by the Jamaicans, by the Puerto Ricans. Jamaica has to be wary of chasing shadows early on. Puerto Rico again showing good anticipation, but those passes have to be a little bit better, else the Jamaicans are just going to intercept them and start the counter-attack going the other way. So a throw into Jamaica. 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes gone. Actually, the referee says it's a free kick. Prendergast again getting it up, and Jamaica still not able to just control the ball as readily as they would like. And a player goes down, stays down, one of the Jamaicans. And that is not a good sign, especially if it's somebody like Grant, whom they rely so much on to organize their midfield for them. So both teams make a sprint for it. It's much cooler now, but they've been running so hard, especially the Jamaicans, chasing at shadows, trying to close down space as quickly as possible. That this little break here comes at the most opportune time. I know they're calling for the stretcher, so it might be more serious than we first thought. But the coaches are busy passing on instructions, making whatever slight adjustments they deem necessary. And but Puerto Rico started by moving the ball nicely from the back to the front, sideways, left side, right side, and showing good patience. If there was nothing there, they would hold it and try to change the size, pass it around the back, and build again and start on the other side. Jamaica, though, started to kind of close down those spaces a little bit after they recognized what the plan was, and they just started to find little gaps. just little things that they can work on. So they still have to kind of sort out some of the passing. I think the Puerto Ricans showing that they can pass the ball very well, but they just sometimes they just panic and give the ball away unnecessarily, especially in their own defensive third. And one of the things, there's precious little cover when especially the two central defenders go into attack. They tend to stand and watch that player play, and if there's a mistake there, then they react to it. But then they, 10 meters away, as opposed to if they were covering, they would move closer. Should in case a mistake happen, then they're already there and they can pounce on it. Now they've called for the stretcher, and that is not a good sign, and certainly concern. You could see all the Jamaican players there. And this is not the start that they wanted, because it looks as if it might actually be their captain who has gone down there. And Tiana Grant, she has been a real tower of strength for them in midfield, organizing, linking up with the defense, linking up with the forwards, just doing all the spade work, tidying up when errors are made, and she was always there encouraging and supporting her teammates. And so this is a big blow for Jamaica if she can continue, because this game is just about, well, we're saying 15 minutes now, but she's been down for the last 3 or 4 minutes. So we'll see what happens. The medical team, they're all there, maybe trying to strap her in, or is she going to get up under her own powers and show them that she's capable of doing so. But it looks like they're going to lift her off the field. Yes? So it looks as if whether she's able to, actually she cannot. They're going to make the substitution. We hope that although it should be serious, but we hope that it's not a prolonged injury. And Bradley Davis is going to come on as her replacement. So a blow here for Jamaica. They're Energizer Bunny. They're real stalwart. They're hard-working midfielder. And they're going to have to put that behind them and pick themselves up again. And here's the early ball out. And again, attacking the ball. That's good work. Jamaica now trying to build something. And early ball in. Now the Jamaicans have a chance here now to defend, but Puerto Rico on the attack. A lovely ball in again. They're trying to get the ball into that opposition quickly. Storer and company trying to keep the pressure on. And this is where I'm saying they cannot be indecisive with those passes. They have to be aware that the Jamaicans will put pressure on them and try to force them into error, just as they did there. And luckily, they were able to recover quickly. And now they have a throw-in coming over on that far side. They're just managing to win that throw-in. Looks like Rivera is out there. And another opportunity, but again the ball given away, and Jamaica's still fighting. And they're doing the smart thing though. They're not panicking, and but they have to be so mindful of what the Puerto Ricans are trying to do and keep them honest. Early ball out, that's good football. Not the best control, but it falls for Puerto Rico. And they again give it up in the critical areas. Early ball out, and Macheo again getting a bite at the cherry. And here is the substitute who has just come on and losing out. But that's a good ball. That's a foot race now, but Pendergast is strong and quick. And but she's not prepared to take any chances and decides to just push it into play. But Puerto Rico again starting to build once more, getting numbers in and not able to take full advantage of those passes. And one of the Jamaican players either got caught in the midsection. The referee didn't blow the whistle initially, but I think she is going to do that now. She will give a bump ball. Now the ball is going towards goal, but again, nothing too serious that Banton can handle. And they're going to need her to be brilliant today, especially against a Puerto Rican team that will create chances. There's another one played in, good speed there, but once more a little too powerfully played. And so we're seeing it at both ends. That's those passes proven to be just that little bit off at the moment. And can't control it first time though. But Dixon is going to still try and turn, but look at how quickly Puerto Rico get back in position. And that's a tough ball. Trying to get out there. There's another aerial ball, but it's going to bounce. And Jamaica must be prepared to take full advantage. And just a little tussle there with Diaz. And but the referee says unfairly so. Macheo comes for the short ball. And so they go one up and one down. Ball played back in the middle. Good ball played into space, but it might just run for Puerto Rico. And they get possession once again and try to build. So showing good signs here, good entertaining football. And that's a bad pass. And this is where Jamaica can be so dangerous. Just that little bit of extra skill. And good patience and really just turning back into the traffic when she could have taken it on the other way. Probably would have been a better option to keep going to the left. The ball was played to her going that way. She opted to bring it back here, and that should be a foul throw. But the referee says play on. And this is what I'm saying. That had to be a foul throw. She just dropped the ball. So it's kind of like an unforced error. And that wasn't much better either. So she has to be careful, both players. And now, look at how exposed the Puerto Rican middle is. And immediately, as I said, they get it right into that area there. But it is a free kick for Walters. And we haven't seen Rattray getting heavily involved just yet, but we know of her prowess. So Jamaica without their captain now. Grant going down with an injury, Tiana Grant. But here is a chance for Prendergrass now. Prendergrass, she's been banging them towards goal, and this is going to test Del Moral. But Prendergrass, see her lining this one up. And this is one way they could get back in this game. If she could hit the net from here. She tries to curl it, but no real pressure there. Too slow. Not enough pace on that one. So the ball thrown in again quickly by Anderson. Coming back for it and trying to help out, but and I think the Puerto Rican players have to play to the whistle. Because they feel it's a foul, the referee doesn't necessarily blow the whistle to indicate it's a foul, so they have to keep playing. And but time and again they all seem to stop when they suspect a foul was committed. And but you play it to the whistle. You don't assume that the referee is going to blow the whistle and that you should stop playing. And there's a lovely ball now. Could they put there, but quickly coming out to it. The goalkeeper does well, anticipates well. Prendergrass was there too. And that's very close. No, seemed like she stepped out of the area before she released the ball. So I think the referee's assistant may have to keep an eye on that. Dixon turns right into the pressure, and then they lose out. Puerto Rico on the march again. Who is coming down that right hand side? Can they get something? That's a good ball. This could test everybody there, and in the end, look who's back there again helping out and making sure that it doesn't get there. And Brooklyn Grant this time doing the honors. So the Jamaicans have to be so wary of the passing of the Puerto Ricans. Remember, they are the 2023 champions. 2024 was the boys tournament, and here we are in 2025. It's a girls tournament again. Espinoza with the corner, plays it in, and it's headed, but not very well. In fact, it looked as if she had the measure of it, and there was not enough power on it. And it's good football again from Puerto Rico. They have time and space out there now. Played into space, just a little too strong. And there again is Grant, Brooklyn Grant this time. And they're close, but not close enough. Here is the pass, wide into space, but just not able to get there. O'Brien, the intended target. So the chant goes up to Puerto Rico as they press here for an opening goal. Trying their best here now to try and see if they can't get something. Suarez is up, and the referee still want to sort it out. A lot of players pushing and making life difficult. Now, Jamaica will be better advised to put somebody there in front of her. Here's the cross again. Not very well taken, and eventually they scramble it away, but only just. And now Puerto Rico back with it again, and taking their time about it. And that's good football, not just giving the ball back, still keeping possession. And just have to be so efficient with those passes. And just don't give your opponents a sniff at the ball. So still no goals. As we approach 28 minutes unofficially, we had a long delay. O'Brien trying to get there. And the Jamaican defense very capable. And Mateo again being harassed. And but this time the whistle blows. Diaz trying her best to maybe get the better of the defense, but they're so strong and quick, the Jamaican defenders. So a chance now for Badia. Played in, and it's running loose in the area, but cleared away by Banton. Jamaica under some pressure here. Puerto Rico trying, and it's like she never saw her in the way they just played the ball and straight to her. And again, Puerto Rico on the march. Still going, but having to fight now to win it back. And goes past another one, still going until eventually it is taken away. So good work on the part of both teams. Good attack and good defense. Good determined defending. And also good aggressive running and attack to try to get the ball behind the backs of the defense. But when you do a run like that, it takes a lot out of you, especially if you get tackled at the end. And so you could be feeling it at the moment. But here's the corner, cleared away immediately. And can the defense push up behind it? They try to play it short, but it's easily read. Ball play there, Dixon and company trying to sort themselves out. And still not able to get it away, but still pursuing the ball. And can they come out of harm's way now? Play continues. Nice ball. Roll down the right-hand side. Chance here now to do something, but being harassed and really being policed. And eventually it's going to be a throw-in, and she cannot allow herself to get frustrated. Clark. And opportunity now for Jamaica. And that's going to go through. So 31, almost 32 minutes gone unofficially. Remember, we did have that long stoppage for Captain Grant's injury before she was stretchered off. Nice ball played inside again. Now, where is the other ball? Oh, that's a good ball. Is she offside? The referee's assistant says no, and the ball played across the face of the goal by Grant, and it might stay in Puerto Rico. And what is she trying? She's trying to flick the ball up and runs into problems, and another player slips and falls. So the Puerto Ricans trying to get cute, when in truth and in fact they just need to be decisive. That's a good turn, and plays an even better ball. This could be a chance, and she scores! Brilliantly done. O'Brien to the rescue. 33 minutes unofficially, and O'Brien takes it with some aplomb. Watch out that ball. From a tight angle, she wasn't going to miss from there. So Carolina O'Brien breaks the deadlock. And the Puerto Rican supporters are jumping as well they might, because more than anything else, you would think they would like to get into the finals so that they could have another date. Here's another ball played in O'Brien. Can she get the shot off? She's turning, twisting still, and then she's brought down, and but that's going to be a free kick, says the referee. The Jamaicans are a little bit stunned here right now. I think they were stuck when their captain went down with the injury, and I'm not sure they've really recovered since.
Ladies and gentlemen, goal for Puerto Rico, number 7, Carolina O'Brien, in the 33rd minute.
So a 33rd minute item from a well taken goal is the difference between the two teams right now. And they have a chance here now in the last minute of regulation time at the half to maybe tack on another one. So here is the Jamaican wall. Is not really a wall. They just have 3 players standing there. Now they're tightening up. So here we go. She might be going straight to goal from here. That's not a bad ball. And it's in. Wow. Again. I'm not sure if Carolina got the touch on it, but it might have actually gone in, and it might be credited to Espinosa. So in the 36th minute, so in the 36th minute of play, the free kick went right through the wall, and Liz Marie Espinosa I don't think anybody touched it. Liz Marie O'Brien is the one who should be credited with that, because that ball just seemed to bounce, elude everybody, and went in. Liz Marie Espinosa, I should say. So all of a sudden, the game has taken on a dramatic turn. Goal in the 33rd and now in the 36th minute. And Puerto Rico really pouring it on right now. And Jamaica, like I said, they just look stunned. They can't seem to put their passes together. And everywhere it's a little jink there, and things that look promising eventually just comes to naught so far. And they just haven't been able to really build and do anything of note. Chance for another ball to play forward. Pendergrass slips, and look at who is there again. O'Brien looking around, taking her time, looking for some support. Finally gets it, and here's a long cross, and that's just eluding the goalkeeper. And that too could have ended up, if it was on frame, that might have gone in. And all of a sudden, Banton looks out of sorts. And in fact, the entire Jamaican team, they just look shell-shocked right now. And they're not sure which way is up at the moment. They're having a really tough time getting their passes together just to compose themselves. They're probably longing for this intermission here so they could just take a breather, just help themselves. This is a chance here now, but again, Dorsey doing great work at the back here, sensing the danger, and putting it into touch, which all good defenders are trained to do. And that's a foul throw. She just threw that. It's almost like a netball pass she was trying to execute there, a no-look pass. Fake one way through the next. And something that probably Magic Johnson might look good doing, but when you're throwing in the ball, first it has to get behind your head, and you have to keep your legs on the ground, especially that back foot. Don't want to just give the ball away, especially in midfield. But again, the Jamaicans, because they're so slightly out of sorts, they haven't been able to really take the ball down and do much with it. And this young lady, Dorsey, is as tough as nails, and she isn't doing anything. Now, did the ball go over the end line, or did it go out at the sideline? But apparently it went out before it went over the end line. So it's going to be a throw-in to Puerto Rico, but they won't get a chance to take it, and that's because the halftime whistle has gone, and at the half, it is 2-0 to Puerto Rico, with Carolina O'Brien scoring in the 33rd and Liz Marie Espinoza in time added on in the first half. So it's 2-0 at the interval. Let me again say thanks to our sponsors, especially the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, host for the 2025 CFU Club Shield and this challenge series. The internet is powered by Flow, who are also carrying our games. The CFU is partnering with FIFA for an expanded challenge series program. The challenge series is designed as a developmental tournament for players, referees, and coordinators. And this year's edition involves capacity building workshops, female athlete health education, and a research survey.
Ready now. Ready now. Ready now. Who kick it down? Who left the dream? Caribbean girls, they never give up. Kick it like a champion, girl, rise up. From the sunshine shows we light it up. The dreams in our hearts and strength in our souls. We kick it like a champion. We run the world.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.
Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour. I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
So as we get ready for the second half, once again, we want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank the TTFA for hosting the 2025 CFU Club Shield and Challenge Series. And the internet, of course, is powered by Flow, who's carrying our games. The CFU is partnering with FIFA for an expanded Challenge Series program. The series is designed as a developmental tournament for players, referees, and coordinators. This year's edition includes capacity building workshops, female athlete health education, and a research survey. So we are getting ready. Jamaica look like they want to make they have to really lift themselves here now as they try to get back in this contest. There is no tomorrow for them. There's Walters and company. Walters has been out of the game somewhat. I think they're going to need her to really show up and show out, as they say. And she's quite capable of doing stuff like that herself. And Clark are going to really have to get cracking. So here we go with the second half of this encounter. 2-0. It is at the moment in favor of Puerto Rico as they try to get control, and illegally, says the referee. So they will try to pull things back here slightly. Prendergrass would love to get something going towards goal. Let's see what she does here now. And she sends this one forward, but straight into the arms of goalkeeper Del Moral. And she would love those all day. And not a bad kick out at all. Jamaica really need to start well here. Just keep the pressure on. And they can't get too flustered. Davis trying her best there. And just the touch from the defender took it away from her. And just not able to get it right. Storer. So a loose ball there. And again, they just play the ball back because it's almost like a design play, but your teammates have to be able to attack the ball, and so you don't want to just lay a ball back there unless you're playing it directly to somebody's foot. And she almost gifted Jamaica an opening there. So there's a chance here now. Puerto Rico chanting now. They want something going towards goal. And again, they're keeping the pressure on. Jamaica trying to turn. Davis and company doing very well. And here is that opportunity there, but the ball just tickled away. And just as she was trying to get moving, Dixon, the whistle blew, and Tamara Ann Williams keen for her troops to stay in the game, get a goal back, and put some pressure, make it interesting. And this time, nothing coming, and this is where they lose out because they get sort of confused with that extra pass. And it's supposed to be for them to collect a turn and play it forward, but they keep playing it backwards. But it's not like aimed at anybody in particular. It's just played back, and knowing that there are defenders there, but it's not played directly to any one of them, and it's actually played into the channels where the attackers can have a free run at goal. So it's an area that I'm sure the Puerto Ricans will be wary of. Here's another very dicey throw-in that could easily have been called as a foul throw, but the referee allowing play to continue on this occasion. She's already penalized the Jamaicans a couple times for foul throws. Arisa Ozaria. Ball played down there now. Jamaica really trying to get into the swing of things. And that's a great ball in. And they get a second bite at the cherry. But again, Dorsey is having a monster game on that side. And Rattray, who has really not done much in the game so far. Amora Rowe is coming on. And they're going to ask her to do a Lawrence Rowe for them just to get them going. And that's not a bad ball. In fact, it's played into the gap there where Anderson has to retreat.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for Jamaica.
So Rattray is out and Rowe is on.
16, Amora Rowe.
So now Puerto Rico guilty of the foul throw syndrome, or is it a free kick? I think it's a free kick, says the referee's assistant. So they have to be so careful now. The Jamaicans, all they need is one little opening, and then they could blow this game wide open. And that was not the best ball back. And now they have to run, but again, caught in possession. But Puerto Rico, again, just getting options, but not able to take advantage of it. Jamaica, though, forced back. And a nice quick release from Phillips. But again, Puerto Rico somehow getting their body between their opponents and the ball and forcing them to have to foul just to try to retrieve the ball. There's another one played up there, played into the vicinity of O'Brien. She heads it forward, and but it just bounces, and this takes a fortuitous bounce here now. And that's a good ball played early o'clock. And Prendergrass is not going to be, she's not going to waste any time trying to dribble or do anything fancy. She's just going to play it into touch. She understands that this is not the best situation for them. That's a good ball, and just trying to knife a way in and trying to get up, but this is good movement now, and a chance to play it forward, but easily intercepted. And the return ball is also cleared away. So a chance quickly now for Walters. Walters plays a good ball over Clark, though, trying her best to get involved, and but losing out quite nicely. But that's because Dorsey and Goliath are working things out between them. Early ball in, and Rowe trying to get there, plays a nice ball across, but she loses the handle. And Puerto Rico now, this is where they could be so skillful, but they could also be their own worst enemy when they get caught in possession. And the Jamaicans are going to come hard at them, so they're going to have to be very aware of the distance. So, and it's not just the person with the ball, it's the ones without the ball. Her teammates are going to have to move into positions quickly to assist so that they could pass the ball around any attacker. It's a good ball. It almost had potential to get through. And here's another one played in, but she was offside. And the referee's assistant, as I would imagine, thought about waving that flag. And that's a tough ball. And it's going to take some getting. Easy ball played forward again. But now, Pendergrass again. And she looks like she's just a little heavy-legged. She doesn't seem to be like 100%. And fighting though, still battling, and but she gives it right back, and chance again. Puerto Rico still fighting for all it's worth, And now Jamaica with a bit of a foot race here. And that's a great clearance. And it's an accurate one too. Puerto Rico still trying to pick the Jamaican apart. And O'Brien again. And once more, the goalkeeper doesn't say, can she get a ball going towards goal? This is good. It's just wide. Well, again, from out of nothing, they almost prize open a third goal. Brilliant effort again from the skipper from distance. She knew that the goalkeeper was just out of a goal, and it just sailed wide. So we've seen some really intelligent play on the part of the Puerto Ricans. They've really taken, there's another shot going towards goal, bubbled by the keeper, but she had her hands in the right position, Banton, so she could bat it down and kept it in front of her. So again, Dorsey, very physical and really winning. And she should be offside, and she is. O'Brien just left, and she had to make that run, if anything, delay it. And if she's going to do it early, do it flat and do it in front of the defender. And if they follow her, fine. If not, then she will get it. But if she goes behind, she's going into an offside position, and that kills the drive. So free kick to Jamaica, 45 minutes gone. So that's 10 minutes in the second half. And still 2 goals to nothing. Can they really pick themselves up here? They have a player down, Jamaica, but they kept the ball in play. And I think the referee now is going to take a look at it. And this is not what Jamaica wants. And if that is Pendergrass, that's another huge blow. And when I saw her running earlier, I was just concerned because she didn't look free. And I think that was my concern with her, because she's normally very aggressive. So Paguero is off, and in her place is Rivera, and it is Pendergrass. That's not good at all. If you thought the captain was down, this is the heartbeat of the Jamaican team. Yes, Marie Molina Rivera is on, and also coming on was
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for Puerto Rico. Out number 5, Mia Peguero, and she's replaced by number 3, Yes Marie Rivera. And out number 18, Paula Scora, and she's replaced by number 14, Yes Marie Rivera.
so number 14, Yasmari Rivera, and well, they're both called Yasmari Molina Rivera, so I think that might be a misprint there, and but we will double check with them and make sure.
Check your shoulder.
So Jamaica, I'm not sure if Prendergrass is going to be able to continue. So she is making her way to the bench, and she's limping badly. And it's partly the effects of the amount of football they've been playing. I don't know if the young body is accustomed to that, and not only that, is the amount of work that she's been doing. She did incredible work for the Jamaicans. You have to tip your hats to her. She's been the heart and soul of this team. And Grant, the captain, would probably even tip her hat to her, because there's a short ball inside the area, bouncing around, and still nothing doing. Here's the shot. That's a good effort, but over the bar. Again, turning, twisting, and thinking of going home with it. And once the shot came, it just wouldn't come down for her. Walters trying, and but nothing to show for her effort. And I really think she now is going to have to carry this team. But this young lady keeping a clean sheet so far. And boy, how she would love to get back in the final and get a crack at the Dominican Republic. That's the opponent. That's who these two are playing to face. A chance here again, Walters. But she's running into problems there because there's nobody there for her to pass the ball to. And then they lose out. Well, here is Rivera scampering forward, but she over pushes that one and loses out in the process. Phillips doing well, coming over to help out. And Jamaica yet to make that substitution. So they're down to 10 men at the moment. And here again is Rivera. And she has been plundered, and that's going to be a free kick. And again, it was Phillips coming over to help out, but she just body checked her opponent, and that was Rivera, the substitute. And Jamaica now will make a change. Williams, Shaquilia Williams, Shaquilia Williams will come on. Also coming on is the number 9, trying to try and help out somewhere. And it looks like Dixon is coming off. And she's replaced by Lewis. And of course, Williams is going to come on for Prendergrass. So those are the two, but the referee hasn't signaled us yet. So I think we're going to get the free kick first, which sometimes makes sense, but they're still down to 10. That's the incredible thing here. So this might be an occasion where she could have waited and let them make the substitution. Here is the short ball, and that's badly played. That's a bad control, but the ball still runs in the area, and a neat little stab at goal there. Almost ran towards the goal by Galiette. But still, no. And the referee says it's a handle ball. And I don't think they're too happy with that call, because they had an opportunity there to just scamper forward. And she had Rue in attendance as well. And I really think the referee should allow them to make these changes now. So here we go. So Lewis is on for Prendergrass, and also coming on is Williams. Williams on for Prendergrass and Lewis on for Dixon. In the meantime, and another nice ball threatening to get beyond the defenders. And Jamaica trying here now. Here is somebody running, and that was a handle ball.
Out number 15, Nicolette Prendergast, and she's replaced by number 4, Shakira Williams.
So Jamaica with a couple of good looks here, but they haven't been able to take advantage. That's another great ball. Here is Rivera, who went down after that body check a short while ago. And battling for it. And this time Phillips gets the call. She was the one dishing out punishment a short while ago. And now she gets, and she too looks spent at the moment. Not really standing up to the challenge. Rivera, can she play the ball early? Where is the true ball? That's another lovely ball, and look who's racing, going towards it. Chance to get the cross in, and she made a meal of it there. She just over pushed it and missed out on a good opportunity to maybe get a telling cross into the area. Galliette. So Jamaica, really, they need something, and they need something quickly. And more likely they need a goal more than anything else. But they probably could use a good sequence of play so that they'll be able to just trying to get through that gap there. And Rivera turning, twisting, and now getting the support. Those touches are tough. And here again, they just give it away. Luckily, they somehow get it back. But it's just not Jamaica's day. No matter what they try, somehow the ball just isn't running for them. But they're getting a couple good looks at goal or in the goal area, in the penalty area. And they just haven't been able to really put something on frame at the moment, test the goalkeeper. Puerto Rico, though, they've done a lot of that, and they're looking for more. Walters again, but from very deep, and that's a tough ball because that was intercepted. That had interception written all over it, early o'clock, and now they're under pressure again, Jamaica. That's a great ball inside. Here's the return ball, but too short. And Rowe is after it, but she is probably not going to get off the field. And that's careless, to say the least. She just played the ball there, and here again they do this so often. A couple of the times for Puerto Rico, they just become casual, almost as if they're told to pass the ball, to play the ball back, and they just play it back. But she played forward. That's a great ball. Now, this could be very interesting indeed. O'Brien on her right foot, looking around, and still not going. And can she get it now? O'Brien, though, is waiting for it, and they can't get it. Galliette somehow couldn't pull the trigger. And then a long ball, but she had O'Brien on the inside, running free. And she couldn't find her, Galliette. And here again, the Jamaicans now finding one or two openings and just not able to really get it. Can they get a good cross in? Here it comes. And it's nicely handled, but not out of the woods yet. Here's the shot, up and away. And it goes behind for a goal kick to Puerto Rico. They're clinging to a 2-0 lead. And we're into the 58th minute of play. We have yet another player down. And Jamaica, they've lost their captain and they've lost their heart and soul. The captain was stretchered off, and that's Tiana Grant and Prendergrass, their big defender at the back, who has been a real tower of strength throughout the tournament, limped off early in the second half. So it's not a good sign, not a good situation, a good state of affairs for the Jamaicans. So Puerto Rico, meanwhile, they look like, as the two teams get a chance to get a little breather. they get to the sideline so they could work on the injured player in the meantime. And Puerto Rico looked like they're getting ready to make a couple substitutions. But are we gonna have another Group A rematch between Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic? I'm sure Jamaica would love to change all of that, and it looks like it is Espinoza who is still down. And maybe it's cramping. She's kind of holding the head. It's probably plenty pain at the moment. Like I said, the tournament started a week ago, and all of these teams are now playing their 4th game in a week. So it's a lot. And so Puerto Rico making the early change. Layla Smith is on. So here goes Espinoza. So Smith is number 20, and coming off of Espinoza is number 8, and that is Zoe Aguero. There's a chance here now. Walters, really, she has to pick herself up, and that's a tough ball. They really needed to play that a lot closer to her there, and just to give her a chance.
Substitution for Puerto Rico. Exiting the game is number 10, Yamilet Diaz, in the 60th minute, and she's replaced by number 20, Layla Smith. Out number 19, Liz Maria Espinoza, and she's replaced by number 8, Zoe Aguero.
So now here comes Puerto Rico again, turning, twisting, getting the ball in, and just taking a shot. O'Brien is a real handful for these defenders, and she's here, there, and everywhere. And Jamaica are going to make a change. So they are going to replace to 1 o'clock. There's another chance, and once again the goalkeeper bobbles the ball and almost gifted Rivera a chance. Early ball in, and the goalkeeper just bounces it there, and Rivera is stretching to try to reach that one.
And she's replaced by number 20, Fantasia Allen.
Puerto Rico still trying as they get numbers forward, and they're just trying to wear down the Jamaicans right now, turning, twisting, and playing the ball into space, and really just playing keep away right now, and spreading the ball nicely. They don't need to do too much, just keep it away and allow the ball to run. And that's sort of typical of what has happened to Jamaica today. Every time they get a loose ball or something that they could do something with it, it doesn't go according to plan. It goes into touch, or it's intercepted. And so it's not a lack of trying. They haven't really been able to execute much of what they had planned. There's another loose ball played in, And luckily, this one is going to come in. They could see them trying to make the pass. So I think the coaches won't be too disappointed with that, but it probably encourage them to make those passes forward if they can. It's a great ball. And again, O'Brien is on her way. She's in front. She's just bundled off the ball, and that's going to be a free kick. And that's going to be a yellow card. And that's the second time these two have collided. And once again, Phillips just too aggressive with the shoulder. Watch at it here. She's trying to get in. That's the extension of the arm, and that's kind of what did it for her. I don't think it was a malicious tackle, but just that extension of that arm had the referee going in. And this is in a dangerous position for O'Brien. Now they credited her with the second goal, so if that stands, then she is on a hat trick here. So Carolina O'Brien, although I didn't think she was close to the ball to touch it when it went in, if anything, it was the captain, Rivera Macheo, who was nearest to the ball in the area. And then it's a kicker. So here's O'Brien. Now, can she keep it down? It's blocked. And it's still ping-ponging in the area. And does it come out? And here's another one played in. And that is blocked. And the Jamaica defense lucky there, because that could easily have been a handle ball, because she just turned her back and allowed it to hit the body. So Galiate is off. And also coming off is the captain. So number 13, Nunez, is on for the captain. And also coming in is the number 6, Mendez, Sofia Mendez. She has played a lot earlier, so they're not losing much with her. And there is Nunez coming on. And she too could be a bit of a nuisance for defenders. Now, here's another chance here now. Can Nunez or could O'Brien do something from here? She's still going. She's stopping it now. Sets it up, Rivera. Plays it inside. The referee just getting in the way there. And the ball now being played forward, but only just. And here's Walters. She has to get started. They need her to do something of note. This is not bad, but as I said, typical of Jamaica today. No matter what they try, somehow it just goes awry. And there are days like that. The best thing I could liken it to is a boxer. If you speak to them sometimes, you know, they're noted for their punching abilities and both left hand and the right hand. And then in a fight, for whatever reason, they just seem like they can't do it. And when you speak to them after, they tell you, I just couldn't get, I couldn't get my hands going. And they have no explanation as to why that is. And I think this is what Jamaica would probably tell you, that too many players are just not on their game. And when that happens, like a perfect storm, you just can't get anything that's going forward to you. And so Puerto Rico now doing the smart thing, keeping the ball away and forcing the Jamaicans to have to go the full distance of the width of the field. And here's now, where is the pass? And she's standing offsides there, and she hasn't taken a look as yet. And if that ball was played to her, she would have been offside by a long, long way, O'Brien. And Jamaica again just give the ball back to Puerto Rico. So 68 minutes gone. Time running out on Jamaica here. And certainly the coach, during the tournament, she was worried about the lack of goals. Even though they were winning games, they weren't scoring many goals. And I think she probably would have been working on that area, but it wasn't to be. And now they're in a position where they have to score goals, and it's just not happening. Rivera, can she play the ball forward now? That's a good ball, and taking over, it is O'Brien, plays a beauty, and a chance for a shot here, and it's over the bar. Well, a gift laid on a platter there for Nunez, and she couldn't bury the shot. Really a bad miss there for her, and what a well-worked play there by the Puerto Ricans. And they're just doing all the smart things. This is so good to see. These are 14-year-olds, and they play like they're more seasoned professionals. And 3 minutes of added on time. Here's a cross into the area, it goes, and a chance that's snapped away by the goalkeeper. Wow. Rivera was running, coming in. She was at the back end. Nobody picked her up. And just as she got a stab on goal, it was straight at the goalkeeper, and it came away. Again, Jamaica, this is you-know-who, Phillips battling away, and again using her hands. Remember, she's already on a yellow card, so she has to be careful. This is the touch there, and the goalkeeper almost a reflex action. Hey, this is my one, I could catch it, and she did. So that attack was snuffed out, but Puerto Rico not finished yet. They're still going, and here's a chance, but once more played away brilliantly in the end by Grant. So Brooklyn Grant still fighting. We're in added on time here, 3 minutes. Puerto Rico, they haven't scored in the second half, but their supporters are loud, they're vociferous, and they're in a celebratory mood. Could this be a third goal? That's a lovely ball in. The defense does well. And but look at how quickly Puerto Rico are there, getting players around the ball and fighting for all the loose balls. And they have possession again. They're doing a good job, just knocking the ball, as we say, juking it around them, and making sure that they run the extra yards. And that's good football. Unfortunately, it doesn't come off on this occasion, but it's just the intent and the quality of their play. So that Puerto Rico Dominican Republic game, they lost 3-0 in the league format in the round robin phase. But I don't think the Dominican Republic could sit and say they could beat Puerto Rico 3-0 for a second time. It might happen, but it's going to take some doing. And what a final this is shaping up to be. Jamaica's run is going to come to an end here tonight, but they're beaten but by no means disgrace. They give a very good account of themselves, and here they are today trying to do something special, but it's not going to happen for them. Puerto Rico on the march again. Can Nunez get something in? That's a great ball inside, and turning, twisting, and deciding that they're going to go all the way back to Dorsey. She's been a monster on defense. Getting the ball back again. Puerto Rico just running the Jamaicans away now, keeping possession. She's offside, and yes, she is. So again, just the little things that they're probably going to have to tighten up on. They've been running offside quite a bit, and especially O'Brien, who just loves to go forward, and she probably will learn to bend those runs a little bit or delay them some. And Dorsey again doing very well, and there is the final whistle. Puerto Rico are back in the final. The defending champions have made it back to the finals. with a 2-0 victory over Jamaica, ending Jamaica's unbeaten run. But more importantly, Puerto Rico back in the finals, and they get a chance to avenge their group stage loss to the Dominican Republic, and that is going to happen right here on Sunday evening. You don't want to miss that. So the final score in this semi-final number 2 in the CFU Challenge Series U14 Girls, Puerto Rico 2, Jamaica 0. So let's look at the highlights here quickly. And Jamaica really started slowly. They were a little bit sluggish, but the Puerto Ricans were very busy and determined. And there was another opportunity. The ball just bouncing around in the area, and that shot just trickles wide. Jamaica, though, Walters was always a threat, and really she should have put that one away first time over the goalkeeper, but she tried to play it a second time, and that chance was shot away, was taken away quickly. Brooklyn Grant, busy as usual. Now a lovely run here. Look at this finish, world class. That's a brilliant finish from Carolina O'Brien in the 33rd minute, so just before the half. They got one, and you can see it again over and over. It looks better every time you see it, and you can see what it means to her to score that goal. And this was the second goal. Now they credited Carolina, but she was nowhere near that ball. That ball went straight in, and this is the young lady, Rivera, Espinosa rather, who should be credited with that second goal. And then here's a chance once more. Good attempt there, good initiative, but just not executed perfectly. Walters, you could see what she was aiming for, just not Jamaica's day today. Nothing they tried seemed to work as it should. Another chance, but always going up, and away. And then with 3 minutes left, this happened, and the goalkeeper just plucked it out of the air, almost as if to say, hey, look what I found. And it went. So that is the situation there. 3-0, 2-0 rather, the final score in this one. Puerto Rico back in the final. 2 years ago they were the champions. I'm sure they'll be hoping to walk away on Sunday night lifting the hardware, but we'll wait to see how that happens. But for tonight, they could celebrate getting back to the finals after beating Jamaica by 2-0 to set a date with the Dominican Republic. That's well, we're back here with Caroline O'Brien. Congratulations.
Thank you so
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. It was an amazing victory by the team, and I'm just really proud of everyone for giving it their all on the field.
You're the player of the game yet again, but more importantly, what an effort. You never stop running.
No, that's what my dad tells me. He always tells me to never stop running, and he wants me to fall on the field because I'm so tired. And just giving it all your effort on the field.
But your teammates also played well. You all actually started to pass the ball. It's like deliberate passing, and had the Jamaicans chasing.
Yes, so what we wanted to do in the first half is get an early lead, so we're able to maintain that, and then we play how we normally play, which is moving the defense and passing the ball, which is what we're really good at. So I'm very proud of everyone for maintaining that.
And you're back in the finals?
Yes, we're very excited, and we're going to bring back the trophy again!
One thing, but then again, you're playing the Dominican Republic.
I know. And
a chance to avenge that defeat from earlier in the round-robin play?
They won the battle, but they didn't win the war.
There you go. Carolina, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Go and celebrate with your
Have
teammates.
A nice day.
Yes, you too. Go ahead. You can celebrate with your teammates. And so there you go. It's a 2-0 victory to Puerto Rico. They are back in the final, and they have a date with the Dominican Republic on Sunday. Spare thought for Jamaica, as they no doubt must be very, very thrilled as well, but disappointed because nobody wants to get this far and not make it to the final. So once again, we look forward to your company on Sunday when we're going to have 2 monster games coming for you, including the big one, Puerto Rico, the defending champions, against the Dominican Republic, the team that is threatening to win it all, and they already beat Puerto Rico. Can they do it a second time? That's a big ask. So again, we want to thank our sponsors for making it possible. And of course, thanks to the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association for hosting both the CFU Club Shield as well as the Challenge Series, which is ongoing. The internet, of course, is powered by Flow. All our games are being shown there, so you could catch them there. The CFU is partnering with FIFA for an expanded Challenge Series program. The Challenge Series is designed as a development and tournament for players, referees, and coordinators. And this year's edition involves capacity building workshops, female athlete health education, and a research survey. So congratulations to all of them, and we thank them. And now we look forward to you joining us on Sunday when we'll have 2 games for his finals day Sunday right here at the Atto Bolden Stadium. I'm Ruskin Mark. We'll see you then.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it. Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour.
I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.
Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour. I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Champion, we run the world. We run the world.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.
Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour. I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Champion, we run the world. We run the world.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.
Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour. I'd leave the war.
for the love of the beautiful game.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.